What's going on, guys? EDC Nerd here, and today I've got another review for you guys. This one's of an awesome knife. This is the Medford Knife and Tool Slim Midi Marauder. Alright, that's a mouthful, but this thing is absolutely awesome. Let's get some size comparisons on this guy. First off, rat number one, coming in right there. It's a little bit bigger than the Medford. Then we've got your Benchmade bug out. And we're going to throw in your mini bug out right there. Bing, bing, bing. Alright. Definitely bigger than both those little guys. Alright. And then just to show it off a little bit, here is a Chris Reeve small Sabenza in Chad Nichols Raindrop Damascus. Beautiful knife. Alright. So, let's go ahead and get the specs on this guy. This is an overall length from tip to handle down here is 7.875 inches. The blade length from here to here is 3.625 inches. The cutting edge, because they give you that nice, generous finger choil right here. Oop, got a little smudge right there. Nice little finger choil here. And that's going to bring your cutting edge to 3.125 inches on that one. The blade thickness, what? Is only 0.13, 0.13 on a Medford? What the heck? Your handle length is 4.25. Your handle thickness, 0.41. Dang, Medford. Slimming it up a little bit. Went on a diet. Okay. And then your weight is 4.18 ounces. Wow. Medford. What happened? Dang, okay, they cut this thing down. Alright. So, for most of you guys know, this is the Slim Midi Marauder. Medford is known for their giant, beefy, huge knives that are just thick as crap, heavy, and just overbuilt and rugged knives. That honestly does not interest me. As you can tell, I like carrying things like this, and this is a small Sabenza. I'm not big into the huge, overbuilt, crazy, big, heavy knives, even though I'm a big guy. I just have never been big into that. But once I noticed they were doing slim midis, I've had my eye on one, and then I saw this one, this variant, at Knife Joy, and I decided to pick it up, and I am going to go ahead and say it. I'm going to spoil it right here and now. This is 100% a bad to the bone knife. I absolutely love this knife. Love this knife. Go ahead and say it now. This knife is awesome. There's that. Anyways, let me tell you about what it comes in, because I think the packaging is really cool. So you're going to get this big white box here. It's pretty good size. On one side, it's going to say made in the USA, and then on the other side, it's going to tell you what you got. So this is a Slim Midi S35VN. It's got a tumble blade finish, drop point blade. The front is face and flamed, and then the spring side, which is the lock bar side, is tumbled. And there it says Knife Joy. Boom, bada bing, bada boom. All right, and then you get that, but when you open that up, you get this. Ooh, what is this? You get a nice case, and it's going to be saying 100% made in the USA right here on this dog tag. Open this thing up. Really nice case. Oh, got mine from Knife Joy. This is not sponsored by Knife Joy, unless they want to. No, I'm just kidding. Joking. It's not sponsored though. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into this. Like I said, they're made for their big, beefy, overbuilt knives. I'm not into that, but I saw the slim option, so I thought, what the heck? Why not? So, I ended up picking one up, and I am so happy I did. So let's go ahead and start off with the blade here. Now, the blade on this guy, they come in all different finishes. I know they got satin, they've got like tumbled, which is this one is a tumbled blade, and they've also got coated. They've got all kinds of stuff. I went with the tumble blade. This thing is really nice. Like I said, the thickness on the blade is only 0.13, which is not thick. It's not that thick. I mean, it's thick compared to some knives, but not thick for a Medford at all. This thing is slicey, slicey, slicey. I pulled it out the box. I was able just to shave hair straight out of the box. It is beautiful. My first impressions of this knife were, holy crap, this knife looks heavy. But I picked it up, and I was like, whoa, I was surprised. I was like, wow, only 4.18 ounces, what it is, and it feels way lighter than that. Actually, it feels lighter than that in my opinion because of how much knife you're getting. Because let's go ahead and look in those handles. This is not milled. This is a solid piece of titanium, and this is a solid piece of titanium. There's no relief cut and milling. I mean, yeah, there's a relief cut, but there's no like milling in there to make it lighter, like a lot of knives do. This is just a solid piece of titanium and a solid piece of titanium on that side. And to only weigh but 4.1 ounces, 4.2 ounces. I mean, to me, I can't even feel this thing in the pocket. But anyways, so you get the Medford knife logo right here, really nice. The S, okay guys, I'm not gonna lie, I really don't know what the S stands for. I don't know if the S means slim or if that means S35VN. Correct me, put that in the comments if you know. I honestly don't know. And you also got some numbering here. I also really am not sure what that numbering is for either. Well, actually, 97041, 974. Maybe it matches the scales, and then the blade, they kind of have it a way where it like, I don't know. Cool though. Anyways, so like I said, this variant you're gonna be getting a this one that I got has flamed all through here, flamed ano. It's got a face front, which means it's kind of shiny. See that? And then the back side's just a tumbled tie, and then it's got the flame clip to match. The ergonomics on this knife, guys, are fantastic. It fits the hand so good. That finger twirl right there really allows you to get up there. This thing feels really, really good in hand. Really nice, solid. There is absolutely no blade play whatsoever. No up and down, no side to side. This thing is rock solid, like a brick. But a light brick, a nice brick, a pretty brick. You know what I'm saying? This thing is absolutely phenomenal. Now, let's talk about the actuation on this knife. It's a lot different than most knives, with a thumb stud or a spidey hole or, a hole in the blade, everything like that. This one actually is using a, people call it a groove. It's a fuller. On the fuller, it's not very deep. You can see in there. It's not that deep. I honestly, there is some people that complain about the action of these and the action of some, Medfords because the fuller and stuff, like a full hole all the way through. I don't mind it, honestly. And I'm a fidget type guy. I love fidgeting with knives. I'm a big fidgety person. I fidget with my knives more than I use them. But, honestly, the action on this thing is quite good. It's awesome, actually. And I kind of like the actuation. So, a way to open this knife is you can put your finger down here at the bottom of the fuller right here. And then you can kind of paw it like this. And then slide it. And as you slide, your thumb will slide here. And click it open. And did you hear that click? That lockup? Wait, let's hear that one more time, guys. God, this is a slim model, but it's still got that Medford to it, that snap, that Medford click to it. And that is awesome. I absolutely love that noise. It is so satisfying, just that. And look how this thing sucks at the detent. Sucks that blade back in there. It just sucks it back in. Yeah, that's awesome. Let's do it from back here. Yeah, it just sucks it in, guys. There's no shaking this out. It is rock solid. Another way you can open it, though, is if you don't want to slide from down here and open it like this, you can also do it from the middle. You can take your backside finger and you can kind of pinch like this and push off with both and then finish that with that one finger. Personally, I do both ways. I find myself fidgeting with it and using both ways to open it. Both are very comfortable. Both feel really smooth and nice. I hear there's a break-in period. After you break it in, I'm sure you can push from right here. Oh, see, I can right there. And open it up, and it will get smoother over time as things do wear in real nice. But that is just beautiful. Love the action. Love the how solid it is. I love the ergonomics. The thing is awesome. Another thing about this knife is this knife does not feel cheap. I mean, I've handled some knives that were expensive and you get it in hand and you're like, okay, that kind of feels not that expensive. This, when I picked it up, I was like, whoa, that feels like a really nice knife. And it is. It is gorgeous. and just the heft to it, just the feel of it, the way it locks up that rice snap to it. I mean, this thing is just a beast. And anyways, but aside from that, let's go ahead and talk about these handle scales. So on these handle scales, what you're getting right here is some milling right here. So it doesn't look too plain. That's kind of something they do on the this model only, the Slim Midi. I know the Marauders have like 3 cuts or something like that, like this. This one's got a little something different. You also get the swedge back here, give it a little design, and then you have a lanyard tube here. Now I know a lot of people on their reviews a while back were saying that the knife tip would come through part of the lanyard hole, which they said was a bad design, but I think Medford listened. I think Greg saw that and was like, oh crap. And look at this. When you close that blade, it does not come through that hole. It is just open tube there. Nothing, no blade coming through that. That's going to cut your lanyard if you do decide to put a lanyard on it. Only thing is the lanyard hole is not through the backside. It is only through this front scale. So it would come out like that, which is okay. But I'm not really a lanyard guy anyway. That's just that. Another thing about this knife is it came extremely sharp, but the grind is just beautiful. Look at that. That is gorgeous. Evenly ground, very nice. Blade is sharp and evenly ground. I mean, it's just beautiful. Beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. One thing that a lot of people are mentioning, and that I did notice as well, that I wish they would have done a little bit different here on the scales, is right here where you have your lock bar. It is a little tight to get your finger in there. There is no relief, like kind of like a cutout right here where you can put your thumb in and push it over. You kind of have to go from the top and then in. He did cut a little bit of this off so it's easier to get your finger in, but it is not the best lock bar design. I don't mind it, honestly. I thought I was, after seeing reviews of it, I personally was like, oh, I hate lock bars like that. I hate lock bar issues. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I don't mind it. To me, and I have big hands, to me, it's really not that big of a deal to me at all, to be honest with you. I wouldn't even call it a problem, because I know people are going to argue that if you're bearing down on it right here with a relief cut, you could potentially disengage the lock bar, but like this, it won't, because there's no relief cut. So people would argue that, and I would say, okay, that makes sense, but I don't mind the cutout not being there. I kind of wish it was, just for a little more comfortableness, or comfortability, but overall, that honestly doesn't even bother me at all. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, like right here on a Chris Reeve, you see how it has this cutout right here, and then your thumb goes right to that block bar and disengages it right over. The other one is just flat, so you kind of have to come from the top and then push over. But honestly, like I said, it doesn't bother me that much at all, to be honest with you. And another thing people are complaining about that also doesn't bother me, I don't know why it doesn't. It doesn't. As you can see, the tang of the blade right here, the lock face, the lock interface, is visible. And not only visible, but it actually protrudes from the scales just a tiny bit. You see that? It used to be worse. They kind of fixed it, it seems like. It made it not as protrudy. But there's that. People are worried that if you drop this knife and it lands like this and hits, will it mess up where that piece comes in contact with the lock bar and mess up the lockup? Honestly, in my opinion, the odds of me dropping this knife like this are very slim. I mean, potentially it could happen, especially on like some rough concrete that could potentially mess up the way the knife locks up. I mean, it wouldn't be as smooth, maybe lock stick, stuff like that. But overall, I'm honestly not worried about that, because that is given the chance that I do drop the knife just like this on concrete. So, I mean, I honestly don't think that's anything to worry about. But if you're worried about it, I don't know what to say. I'm not worried about it. Another thing I want to mention, the carryability. Anyways, the way this thing carries in the pocket is phenomenal. The slim profile of this knife and this pocket clip is done very, very well. Look at the way it just kind of sits up like that. Perfect amount of ramp to get your jeans, whoop, or your shorts, or whatever, think right in there. It's going to carry right by here. You're going to have about that much of the knife sticking out the top of your pocket. But honestly, that does not bother me. It's not that much. and it's kind of like, hey, MKT, I'm carrying a Medford, old son. It's awesome though. This clip is very nice. The way it just pops in and out of the pocket so easy, with still a little bit of retention, so you know it's not going to fly out, but it's got a nice action in and out of the pocket. It's great. Honestly, when I'm carrying it, I don't feel it in the pocket, which is absolutely awesome. But yeah, overall, this knife is definitely a gem. It's definitely a piece I really love. This is a very nice knife. It is very well built. The quality is amazing. The fit and finish is fantastic. It is just an overall beautiful piece from a awesome manufacturer, an awesome company. I like the fact that Greg has opened up to making slimmer models like this instead of those huge built, overbuilt, you know, just giant knives. I do like this knife a whole lot. It has been getting all the pocket time. I cannot stop carrying it. It is just phenomenal. I love this knife a lot. I keep saying that because I do, and I've only had it like a few days, but this knife is awesome, hands down. I definitely recommend this knife. If anybody's in the market for this knife, or in this price range, I would suggest getting one. You won't be disappointed. It is awesome. Now, since I did bring up price point, let's talk price, which I know some people don't like talking about, but I'm going to talk about it because it is not really an investment, but kind of an investment. This is an expensive knife. This knife, plain model, like satin blade, just plain ano, you're gonna be looking at about $500. But on this one, with the flamed extra here and the flamed clip, and then this side's faced, and then you've got your tumble blade. This one was $545, and then plus, you know, tax and all that kind of crap, brings it closer to $600. But $545, honestly, to me, I'm okay with it. I'm very okay with it, actually. As a matter of fact, I would buy another one. I think it's a fair price for what you get. You're getting a beautiful, beautiful knife, great quality, super high end, just excellent design. I personally would get another one of these. That's how much I like this knife. So with all that being said, guys, if you like this review and you like this knife, go to Knife Joy and go check one of these out. That is where I got this one. And they've also got some really cool anos and stuff on theirs. So if you want something kind of cool and unique like this one, I would go check out Knife Joy. And then also give this video a like, hit the subscribe button if you want to see really cool, nice, awesome content. Here pretty soon I'll be posting a video of tearing down the small Sabenza and, you know, putting some KPL in it and cleaning it up. So if you want to see a disassembly on this, let me know. I'm probably going to be posting that here in a little bit. And anyways, guys, have a blessed day. Thank you for watching this review, and thanks for all the love. You have a blessed day, guys. Peace.